free throw for Johnson. No! Rebounded by Davidson. 2 timeouts for Lenny Acuff, he won't call it. Pruitt rushes up the floor, gives it to McCormick. 3 for the tie from the top of the key. Oh, McCormick! 4.3 remaining! Bison's have to defend. KJ Johnson sprints up the middle of the court. 3, floater goes! KJ Johnson at the buzzer! They'll have to review it to see if he got it off in time, but KJ Johnson may have just ended the season of his former team. Joe Anderson between the legs move, pump fake, and gives it up over to McCormick at the left block. Gives it back to Anderson, who pulls up for 3 from the left wing. Joe Anderson leading the charge. He's up to 10, and the Bisons down by 11. 17-28 your score at the 9-minute mark. Pruitt drives to his right, pump fakes, turn around, passes to McCormick, who swings to Davison. Left corner 3 for Davison, and he drills it. The walk-on with his moment. The Bisons now trail by just 8. KJ Johnson pulls up for 3 at the top of the perimeter. Ball won't fall, and it's rebounded by Joe Anderson for Lipscomb. Gives it up to Pruitt. The Bisons want pace. Beautiful spin move. Beautiful up and under. Will the thrill. Puts it through. 47-54. Bisons still trail, but the momentum's starting to surge. 2.5 to play. A tense atmosphere here in Nashville. Jakari Lane drives left. Rejected inside by Davidson. Third block of the night from Paxton Davidson, the walk-on. As Anderson kicks inside to McCormick. Stops, layup, goes! Lipscomb takes the lead with 2:10 remaining. Pruitt takes a screen from Williams, left side. Stops and gets into Powell at the right wing now. Defended by Peebles. Back to Will Pruitt. Left wing 3 from deep, and he drills it. We said it begins and ends with Will Pruitt. He puts the Bisons up by 5 with 18:30 to go. Joe Anderson in control. Drives to the lane. Rejected by Pierre. Mr. Pierre, that was a beautiful chase down block on the other end. Pruitt in control of it. Drives right baseline, tough defense from Sharnowski, kicks it out to Powell for the 3 from the left corner, and he hits it right in front of the Belmont bench. We are tied at 15, 11:30 to play. Deep 3 from the top of the key from Carter Witt. Will not go. Rebounded by Grant Asmund inside. All the momentum in the way of the Bisons. Pruitt. Top of the key 3. He hits it! Mr. Lipscomb does it for the Bisons! 1 minute remaining. Anderson at the top of the key. Goes to the right side. Nice little crossover move as he goes to his right. Drives in, kicks it out. Powell, right corner 3. Hits the back iron. Ball tipped loose and found by Isaiah Walker for Belmont. 45 seconds to play. Witt to Peebles. Left corner 3. Hits it! It's a 2-point game! Anderson, defended by Peebles, 7 seconds, holds it at the right wing, gives it to Pruitt, 4 seconds now. Anderson, right wing, 3, won't go, it's short. Belmont with possession, they have no timeouts. Witt sprints down the little 4. Witt hits Peebles, left wing 3 for the lead, no good. Rebounded by Walker. Walker up with the layup, bucket and a foul! With 3 seconds left, Belmont has tied it! Belmont has tied it! The media timeout here in Allen Arena. The Bisons down by 10 with 14:36 to play here in the first half. Brandon Bigsby and Joey Dwyer with you live. And Joey, the Bisons looking to find some answers here, especially on the offensive end of things.
Yeah, Lipscomb really got to get in a rhythm. It feels like it's missing some they haven't missed generally, and it's done it for the last couple games, so maybe some optimism they can fight back, but they got to start doing it soon.
And if the trends say anything, the Bisons should be able to find their way top 25 in the country in field goal percentage, as North Alabama has possession here to start things out of the media timeout. Smith Jr., who just checked in for North Alabama, pulls up for a 3 from the left wing, will not convert, and the Bisons take over possession on the other side. Dylan Faulkner checked in for Owen McCormick, and Cody Head checks out, and Rylan Hauk will check in for him. Joe Anderson controls it from the right wing, pulls up for the 3, won't go, a little bit short, and it actually bounces its way in. Joe Anderson with a big-time bucket. That might be the one that the Bisons needed.
How much do they need that break, Brandon? It feels like an insurmountable amount of luck there.
The wind pushed it a little bit, but it found its way to the basket. 7-14, UNA to score. KJ Johnson controls it at the right wing, drives to his right towards the baseline, but McGinnis is there to stop him. McGinnis now defending him one-on-one. Johnson loses his handle, ball nearly goes out of bounds, but he saves it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. North Alabama controls it. Jakari Lane pulls up for the left wing 3. He won't convert. Ball skied up by Forrest and rebounded, and a foul going to be called against Lipscomb on the floor.
Brandon, I think the biggest takeaway from that possession, A.J. McGinnis really locked in on the defensive end. Didn't do that throughout a lot of the season, but really did on Friday night. trend continuing here, and they're going to need him to defend to a high level tonight.
A.J. McGinnis, a guy known for the offensive capabilities, averages just under 14 points per game for this Bison's team. As McGinnis is defending Smith over in the left corner right now. Smith turns over at the left block, drives inside, and a foul going to be called on the floor against the Bisons once again.
And that's McGinnis' second. Interesting to see what Lenny Acuff does with him here.
And this is the Bison's team that, remember, is very short on depth. No Grant Asman tonight. Darian Boyd out for the season with a torn ACL. They've been missing Jacob Ognosevich for the entirety of this season. So this is a Bison's team that is very, very short on bodies. And the last thing you want to do is have to put a player in that you haven't had in the rotation consistently this year.
And not to mention Rylan Hauk's been sick the last couple of days, so no idea how many minutes he can give them tonight.
We'll see how the Bisons manage through the storm. KJ Johnson has it over at the left wing, pops it outside to Smith, who pulls up for three at the right wing, and he converts. 7-17, Lions up over the Bisons with 13-18 to go.
Don't want to leave a guy that open, Brandon. It feels like Lipscomb's made a habit of it early.
Anderson bounce pass inside to Faulkner as he's fouled inside. We'll see who that one is going to go against. That's going to be Jakari Lane, his first.
Kind of a cheap shooting foul there, but again, Brandon, they need all the luck they can get after that offensive start.
So Dylan Faulkner going to go to the line for a pair here. Faulkner, the impressive freshman, as it looks like they're actually going to change it. They're going to say that was not a shooting foul.
Yeah, I think that would have been a little ticky-tacky there if they had called that a shooting foul. Feels like that was the right call to put it on the floor.
Yeah, both teams were lined up and ready for the free throws, but the Bisons will inbound as Faulkner had a layup at the glass, but shorted it, rebounded by North Alabama. That's going to be one they want to have back.
Those are the ones you got to make in the postseason, Brandon.
A.J. Johnson directs his squad over from the left sideline as he crosses half court. Gives it up over to Damian Forrest at the left block. Forrest takes a few dribbles and drives to his right. Stops at the free throw line. Joe Anderson comes in. Scrum on the floor as he picks up the steal. Great hustle play there for Joe Anderson, the Furman transfer.
He's got such great hands. He's so effective on that double team, Brandon.
Anderson drives left, mid-range shot from the left elbow, and he drills it. Joe Anderson up to 5. Can he be the spark plug to the Bison's lead?
He's fired up, Brandon. Why wouldn't he be? He's got that shooter's touch and really nice bucket in the mid-range there.
17-9, North Alabama up on top as of now. 12 and a half left here before the half. Jakari Lane controls it over at the right wing. He's defended by Will Pruitt. Lane drives right side at baseline, stopped by Pruitt, and he'll pass it outside to Will Susi. Susi defended by Hauk. Spins over at the right elbow, passes out to Lane at the right corner. Pulls up for the mid-range shot, won't go, it's short, and it's rebounded by Will Pruitt for Lipscomb.
You notice they're not letting you get anything out of the ball screens. They're switching everything, trying to just throw bodies at Lane.
Anderson putting the move on Susi and stops at the free throw line. Alley-oops inside to Dylan Faulkner, but he couldn't grab the pass, and a foul going to be called against Dylan Faulkner after the fact as he brought Will Susi to the ground. That's the first on him.
Feels like that's a pretty high rate pass there that Faulkner can't haul in. Feels like he'd be okay doing that again. Not a terrible pass, but Faulkner got to have better hands there.
Bison's already up to 4 fouls, and that is actually going to be the second foul on Dylan Faulkner, so that's a big development with no Grant Asman. So 2 players for the Bisons, A.J. McGinnis and Dylan Faulkner, in early foul trouble. 2 fouls for each of them, and the Bisons are down by 8 with 12 minutes left here in regulation. Do not go away. We have the media timeout, but we'll have more Bisons coverage right here on the Bison. It's conference tournament time in Nashville, and Allen Arena is the setting for the A-Sun quarterfinals as the Lipscomb Bisons earn the number 3 seed and their right to host their first matchup. Now they must turn their attention to the postseason, where they'll have to get past the North Alabama Lions, who earned the number 6 seed and split with the Bisons in the regular season. Who will take one step closer to their bid for March Madness? We will find out in just a matter of moments as we have coverage of Lipscomb men's basketball right here on the Bison. The Bison is Lipscomb's student-run radio station featuring live coverage of athletics events, the best in positive hit music, and weekly programs hosted by student radio talent. You can download the Bison radio app on the Apple App Store, or you can listen online via Mixlr. Fans and students alike starting to file in here to Allen Arena. Brandon Bigsby and Joey Dwyer live with you on the call. And Joey, you walked around campus all day and you just got the sense this is one of the biggest games that has been hosted in this arena in a few years now.
Yeah, it's postseason basketball and it feels like it, Brandon. It feels like March around here at Allen Arena. There was a little pregame party outside, and that's not super common for Allen Arena. So you can feel the stakes for this one, and I think Lipscomb's got to get up for it, right?
Absolutely, and you talk about the Bisons, what better way to go into this tournament than with a win against the A-Suns #1 team, an 81-67 victory over Eastern Kentucky in the regular season finale on Friday night. And if that game didn't confirm it, it kind of feels like there's something special around this team. And with EKU being the #1 team, what better way to go for the Bisons to have that momentum like that carry into the night?
Yeah, that was one of the most special nights of Lenny Acup's tenure here. Probably the most special night of the season. They had a win over Florida State. They had a win over UNC Asheville on a neutral site, but that one felt the most special of them all. This team really had some magic behind it, and it feels like this team maybe could carry that into tonight. Just a heck of a win for Lipscomb, and feels like they're really rolling right now. And obviously have won a good amount of their last 10, and really beyond that have really been hot as well.
You turn your attention now to North Alabama, a team that the overall record is under 500. They finished exactly 500 at an 8-8 record in the A-Sun, but this is a team that is a very sneaky 6 seed. They have a lot of talent, especially at the guard position with Jakari Lane and KJ Johnson starting their squad.
Yeah, good guards win in March, and they've won throughout a lot of year, Brandon. I think Lenny Acup always says the team they play is better than the record indicates, but this one feels like one that's truly applicable. They beat Lipscomb before, so Lipscomb can't sleepwalk against them. Actually, in their most recent matchup, beat Lipscomb, so not going to be a cakewalk for this team, but their guard play really going to challenge the Bisons.
Yeah, and you talk about this North Alabama team, the Bisons trending upward to end the season. North Alabama, not so much. They got that victory against Lipscomb at Flowers Arena in Florence, 75-70, but after that, a bit of a downturn. 3 straight losses against Austin Peay, Eastern Kentucky, and Bellarmine, who ended up being at the bottom of the A-Sun, didn't even make the tournament, and then barely squeaked by 4 points against Central Arkansas, another team that did not end up making the tournament. So for Lipscomb, you have to feel a little encouraged that North Alabama not at their peak that we've seen them this season, but nevertheless a very talented squad that can come in and knows they can beat this Lipscomb team because they've done once already.
Yeah, got a reset with the brand new kind of starts of the season with the postseason, and Lipscomb I think has some positive trajectory, but again, gonna have to start fresh, and it's gonna have to start fresh without Grant Asman, who's out with a ACL sprain. He could play on Thursday if they get into that game, but obviously out tonight, and that's gonna hurt them. Lenny Acup's gonna really have to rework some of his lineups and figure out where to go from here.
Well, we'll see where they go from here. It's going to be an interesting matchup, especially the matchup between Will Pruitt and Jakari Lane. We expect those two to be matched up a lot on each other. Lane ended up being always on first team, Pruitt all second team. Some with some debating about that, saying that those spots could be swapped, but two of the top guards in the A-Sun going head-to-head here.
Yeah, definitely could be a big night for Will Pruitt to prove that that was the right move, or that wasn't the right move, and it feels like Pruitt really deserving of that role, but Lane also as well had a big year. But again, Pruitt could really set himself apart tonight from Lane, had 30 points against Austin Peay, and had 2 big outings after that.